Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of the iOS News' Sunday paper program. In the news this week, the Middle East is set to boil. Japan struggles with the nuclear fallout yet, while the Olympics are coming to town. Take that for pollution, China. Killer George Zimmerman gets hoodwinked by the missus. A hunter's carelessness is the cause of the Yosemite fire, now still raging in its third week now. And the Eagles face racism as they get set to play the Redskins on Monday Night Football. And the weather's been perfect so far. These stories and more on this week's edition of the iOS News Sunday paper program.
It's the I'm Only Serious News Network with Dan Mahan, John Wild Rice, John Smarmy, Dave Morrow, and Cynthia Stormy Haskins.
In Egypt, they continue along their path to the house is sure gone crazy, as an Interior Minister, Mohammed Ibrahim, was almost assassinated this week due to a car bombing attempt by militants. The leader of Egypt, General El-Sisi, had this to say: "Stop that, you brutes." That's what you get when you have a sissy general. And in a bizarre world moment, the new president of Iran, Hassan Rouhani, and their new foreign minister, Mohammad Javad Zarif, both sent Rosh Hashanah wishes to Jews around the world on their Twitter accounts. Of course, they followed that up with, "We hope all you Jews die this year," but yeah, the first one you got to go with. And the Tea Party continues to reach out to the Syrian government ever since they heard that they were giving away free gas to their people. When they were told what kind of gas it actually was, the Tea Party said, "Take it easy, we're only Syrian." This. Atlantic City hosts the Miss America pageant these next 2 weeks and welcomed its return with the traditional parade. The Whore Tour will be in town for about 3 weeks, folks, and pervs from everywhere will descend on AC to oogle and Google the different contestants. Coincidentally, the New York-based strip club Scores will be opening up their first casino-based strip club in Atlantic City at the same time. Go figure. In Billings, Montana, a district judge is being disciplined for his sentencing of a former teacher who was accused of raping a 14-year-old student, who, by the way, later went on to kill herself. The judge said she was older than her chronological age, which meant, she dressed like a whore. That's what he was saying. He did all this, folks, while looking at pictures of the girls and getting a woody underneath that robe of his. Total wood. And killer George Zimmerman and his wife are getting divorced now. The infamous murder of Trayvon Martin and his wife of 7 years apparently were unable to get past the itch stage of a relationship. Saying he still loves her and hopes to see her soon, he bought her a hoodie as a parting gift and a bag of Skittles. Don't want to play hide and seek with him, honey. And the wildfire that's been burning in Yosemite National Park for the last 3 weeks, folks, has now been started by a hunter's fire. A hunter's fire. Yeah, of course, the matches aren't to blame because matches don't kill people. People kill people. Right? Yeah, they saw the hunter come out early on in the fire, and that's how they were able to track him back down. Apparently, he came walking out with a blackened face, a cigar that looked like it had a firecracker in it, and a lighter still in his hand. Go figure. In New York, a 19-year-old Brooklynite was killed while operating his remote-controlled helicopter by being struck in the head by his remote-controlled helicopter. Yeah. But apparently he never asked the store owner how to land and take off the thing. He just wanted to learn how to fly it. Yeah, tell it. Also, a 64-year-old John Esposito, a pedophile who was in prison since a 1992 kidnapping and imprisonment of a 10-year-old girl for 17 days, was found dead in his cell. Prison spokeswoman Linda Foglia stated the death does not appear to be suspicious. However, what is suspicious is why it took so long for somebody to kill him. Please, you don't let pedophiles live. As for sporting news, folks, we'll get right to that after this brief moment with the report from Dave Morrow and John Smarmy. And remember how it all ended last week, folks. Let's see where the story continues.
Thanks, Dad. I'm at the Dave Rod coordinates here, and I understand that there's some festivities going on that I'm not aware about. So I'm going to head over right now and interrupt their little kickboxing session and talk to this gentleman and see what's going on. So let's head over right now to Dave Rod Morrell, underground blogger. Excuse me, gentlemen. Excuse me.
John, good to see
Hey,
you.
thank
How
you
are
so much for saving me
Ah.
from Le Pere. But I was
Pierre
in that.
LaPierre.
Yes, thank you so much. I was in a
We'll
bar.
find you.
Yes,
We will find you.
I was in a bar drinking with a midget when you saved me. So
Yeah.
thank you very much. I really.
Those midgets can be very dangerous, man.
Anyways, what's exactly?
This is German kickboxing. This is my instructor, Hans. Guten Tag. If it weren't for the exquisite training I received at the hands of this man, I would not have been able to save your life.
Well, thank you very much.
Would you
Now-
like a little demonstration of the sport?
Please,
Of, German
our
kickboxing.
viewers would love that.
All right. Ready? Yeah. That's a point for him.
Oh, wow. Absolutely brilliant. You're traded to excessive now. Why did you change your name to Rod? I believe it was Dave Morrow. Now it's Dave Rod Morrow. Is it Rod Morrow? Why did you decide to change your name, sir?
Yes. Well, if we could have a seat for a moment, I'd love to tell you all about it.
So, Mr. Morrow, please tell our viewers why you decided to change your name to Ron.
Well, Ron's my middle name, actually. Ronald. You know, what's in a name? I think we should all change our names at some point. Then change it back. You can still call me Dave.
Okay.
Just think of me as a Ron.
I would think of you as a Ron with my heart.
Ron is my.
You always be Dave.
Yes. You can always call me Dave, Johnny.
So, with all your knowledge you gained from your trainer on kickboxing, you plan to put out any books or novels, any help guides for people who want to defend themselves?
Yes, actually, I'll be translating the first edition of Hans's excellent book on the foundations of German kickboxing. Would you say that was called again?
You're always up to something new, Mr. Morrow. That's something I admire about you. Anything you want to say to your viewers or fans before we wrap up here today on this lovely Sunday evening?
I told them not to put the fucking bird back there. I gotta take care of something right quick. Hans, grab the rope.
All right, we're going to wrap up here. Dad, take it away.
Well, there you have it, folks. That was some example of German kickboxing, as Hans would say. We say, Hans, please. Hans, please. In sports, the NBA had to suspend New York Knicks guard J.R. Smith for 5 games for failing a substance abuse policy. They, however, went on to test the rest of the NBA players and now announced that the league will start a week late. A week late. The Eagles' Riley Cooper and teammate Carrie Williams got into a practice scuffle this week, with Williams shouting out, "I'm not in it. Neighbor, you want to mess with." Cooper, fresh off his intensive, folks, 3-day sensitivity rehab, was asked if he had any lingering issues with his teammates, and he replied, "No, it's been great. We're all real close. Carrie included. He's my boy." That's a true quote. He's my boy. Apparently, his therapist told him to replace the word "and" with the word "boy." A lot less trouble. Of course, it's only fitting that the Eagles face off on Monday Night Football with the only team fully endorsed by Roger Goodall, NFL commissioner, and his racially insensitive name. In fact, the Oneida Indian tribe out of New York is running the first of many radio ad campaigns where to protest the Redskins at all their home games this season. Owner Daniel Snyder tweeted, in capital letters, mind you, that he will never change the Redskins' name or logo, which, by the way, is an Indian head with a feather in it. Of course, Chief Ray Halbritter, better known as No Running Bear, go figure, stated he plans to pay for the ad campaigns by running slots and poker tent during pregame tailgating activities. The U.S. women's soccer team defeated Mexico 7-0 this week, folks. 7-0. And the game was played right here at RFK Stadium in Washington, D.C. Of course, when the Out in This News team went to get an interview process with those Mexican team, no one was on the bus, except the American driver, of course. Go figure. Go figure. And finally, Temple lost their home opener in a great defensive battle. Mayor Nutter Butter Peanut Butter was at the game, which is why Temple lost. Now, folks, back with us after a little bit of a vacation hiatus is our very own Cynthia Stormy Haskins with the weather. Cynthia?
Thank you, Dan. Sorry I missed you guys last week, but I know that Dan and the rest of the crew kept you abreast of all the flash floods. Hopefully you weren't affected. If you were, I'm back with you now. It's Labor Day. I do have a couple things here, and I'm ready to advise. Don't want to wear white thongs after Labor Day. Don't get toilet paper stuck in your shoe. Hot tub season is in full effect. Padded bra season. Don't let that affect your turbulence. The motion of the ocean is all that matters. That's what Javier says. Back to you, Dan.
Well, now with the fall season soon approaching, a lot of folks will be heading out to take some scenic rides. Well, with a view from the two, our correspondent John Rice is going to give you some good motorcycle rides you might want to take in the next month or two ahead. John?
Thanks, Dan. We have the 5th annual toy run. Proceeds benefit kids in need. It's Birdsboro, PA, September 14th. We have the Hogs, Paws, and Claws motorcycle benefit run. Proceeds go to animal rescues. Franklin, PA, September 21st. And we have the Tobiana, PA, September 22nd, Toys for Tots. Benefits go to Tater Tots. Anyway, either way, it's fun times. If you don't have a motorcycle, check it out. It's very cheap. Economically cheap. It's very good. But no, yeah, we have a good time, and we like to go on scenic tours and go for long rides. And if you like to get away from wife, kid, dog, friend, job, get a motorcycle. Get rid of your car. It's no fun. Recently, the Roar to the Shore just happened in Wildwood, New Jersey, and I personally got to enjoy that, and it was a little different. Motorcycles everywhere. All different kinds. You had little scooters, which are cute. But you had the real motorcycles. You had very cheap, anything you wanted, which is great. Good times, very good times. Scenic route down there, avoid tolls, obviously, because no one likes paying tolls. That sucks. Next weekend is Ocean City, Maryland's Bike Week. Enjoy that one. And if you missed Daytona, try to hit it next year. Should be fun. Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, John. And don't forget to write those dates down, folks. Didn't get a hell of a lot of details, did we? Didn't notice any details. But in this week's segment, folks, in my opinion this week is on radical Islamists and their crazy-ass ways. First of all, why is it all the young guys who are the ones killing themselves to go get 72 virgins? Is it really that hard to find a virgin over there nowadays? Cracker, please. I can see a 40-year-old man. What's his chance to find a virgin, right? They should be the ones blowing themselves up. And it's funny because now even some women have taken up the suicide car bombing routine. What's their promise? If they're getting virgins, don't that make them a lesbian? Which that was against them to begin with. And what if it is their promise is just that they'll get a house in heaven with no dirt floors and modern appliances, which they lack, by the way. I don't know about you, Swarmy. You just came back from such a crazy time yourself with getting the German MMA stuff going. Hans out there, I saw. What do you think about what's going on over there?
Well, I think that the suicide bombers are like me in this segment. They bomb. That's what I think, Dan. They just bombed.
But do you think they really do get these virgins when they get up there?
Absolutely not. Who would want to have sex with a virgin? They don't move, they lay there, and they remember you forever. I am so bad at bed, I don't want anybody to remember me forever. That's why I use pills, Dad.
The morning after pill?
Let's keep this out. This is a family show. This is a family show.
I'm only serious. I'm only
Cracker,
serious.
please.
But what do you think about the whole Syrian thing and the gassing their people? I mean,
Well, I mean, they gotta, heat up the food.
true, but I don't think it's that type of gas.
Wait, it's not like it's Nazi gas.
Do you think we should be over there being involved, getting bombing and all?
No, why does America have to involve herself with every single thing? We gotta save all these other countries. This is America, damn it, the greatest country we ever had. Forget about these other countries. We should just worry about our own. Get these fat people off mayonnaise so we can stop giving their tax dollars. I'm on a rant right now, damn it. You got my blood pressure all hyped up now, Dad. I don't care about these other countries. Forget about them. They're useless. The overpopulation. They come over to our country and then they want our good jobs like working at Home Depot. That's a damn good job, Dad. You know how much pine oil costs nowadays? It's like $28 a bottle. I could get that with my discount card, but no, I can't because Javier took the job.
Yep. Amen. Amen. You know, they say in Washington now, Obama's got all his team out there trying to convince Congress to let him bomb in Syria. And they picked up on the old nursery rhyme. It goes like this. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't convince Congress to let Obama bomb again. And that's it for this week's edition of the iOS News. Thanks and tune in again. Thanks to John, thanks to Cynthia, thanks to Hans and Dave and John, and thanks to you all out there. Have a good night.